Hi, Richard Wilson here. Welcome to episode 3 of TK's Guitar History. I'm here with the esteemed Tom Keckler, or Mr. TK here. And we're continuing your story. And we wanted to talk about another colleague of yours that we hadn't mentioned earlier, and it was Charles Loyng. Who was part of the history.
Oh yeah, very part.
With Mike Ladd. So
Absolutely.
So it was basically you guys were working with Mike Ladd at Mike Ladd's
Right, from the very start.
Okay, and so and then obviously Charles left and went on to form Strings and Things. Is that correct?
He and a gentleman by the name of Chris Lovell became partners and went to do their own thing as far as trading and selling guitars, and eventually worked their way up to their own store instead of working out of Charles's apartment. And it became Strings and Things.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very famous Memphis guitar store, obviously.
Very famous all over the world, really.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the big time players and the bands and things, when they would come to town,
mm-hmm.
they wouldn't want to come to Strings and Things.
Mm-hmm.
They had a beautiful collection at one time of guitars. Terrible memories in a sense.
It was a long time ago, really, wasn't it? It was like over 50 years ago, really.
Not quite, but close.
Right, early 70s anyway.
Yeah. That's where my mind's at.
So basically, Strings and Things, they introduced their own line of guitars that eventually became the St. Blues brand.
Eventually, but originally it was Strings and Things Customs.
Okay.
And we took those to a trade show just to see what happened. Mm-hmm. And oddly enough, the trade show was in Atlanta for this year for some time. I've never heard of that before, but we went there. And we got a lot of good accolades, if you will, for our product. But we had one problem. They were all pretty much dealers themselves, or they wouldn't be at the trade show.
Yeah.
And they had their own shops and stores, and they loved to do business with us, but they couldn't handle the Strings and Things custom trademark. Because it was competing with them. Well, yeah. I mean, Strings and Things retail by that time had become quite famous.
Yeah.
And that was their problem. And so, that's not a problem. We'll go back and we'll change the name. And we did, and it became St. Blues.
St. Blues, okay, I got you. So basically, you told me about, was it Queen? They were on one of their early American tours.
Yeah. You
were working at Strings and Things in the repair department, and then there was a long-haired guitar player who wandered into your shop, and you yelled at him.
Yeah, what are you doing back here? You're not allowed back here, And about that time, fortunately, before it got any further than that, Charlie Loyng came back and said, he's okay, he's cool, this is Brian May.
Queen.
With Queen, yeah. And I had just heard
Killer Queen.
Yeah. I thought it was a great tune. And once I found out that was Brian May was one of Queen, to say the least. Everything changed, and we became very friendly.
I'm sure you did, and of course, for all you guitar aficionados, Brian May built his own guitar, the Red Special, using the Burns Trisonic pickups, and it was from an old Victorian fireplace and an old bicycle. He put it together. So obviously, him being in the shop at Strings and Things would be in Aladdin's cave. So that's it.
It was after a while, it became really obvious what an amazing person this He is.
Yeah, totally unique player, unique sound as well.
Oh yeah, and he never used any other guitar through his whole career up to today, as far as I know, than that guitar. But he's also a astrophysicist, I believe.
He is.
At Oxford.
Yeah, he's got a few things. He's got a few things going on.
Yeah.
But the other thing that I wanted to talk to you about was your involvement with Elvis.
Yeah.
And well, there's a couple of involvements. One was when Elvis's father, Vernon, crossed the strait over to Guitar City, Mike Ladd's Guitar City. And so this is going back a little bit. This is probably, what, 1969, would you say?
Something like that, yeah.
Probably about 1969. So why don't you pick up the story and...
this is probably his last big gig, I guess, in a contract with the Hotel International in Las Vegas.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay. And so he had a birthday coming up. His father comes over to the store and wants to order a guitar, a special guitar for Elvis's birthday. And we said, well, sure, And so, he just said, so he wanted, obviously, an acoustic type guitar. Mm-hmm. So we had a Dove in there that was...
Gibson Dove.
Yeah. It was a natural finish on it. And it was somewhat kind of messed up a little bit, but not much. So we painted it black. Which was no easy thing to do back in those days with nitrocellulose lacquer, because you had to try rubbing out a black finish by hand.
Oh man, yeah, because it's like glass, isn't it? You see every little imperfection.
Yeah,
on it.
We broke a lot of arms doing that, and so anyway, we did it, and one day Vernon Presley came over to pick it up. And hopefully pay for it. And he said, "Oh, it's great, it's beautiful." He said, "One more thing." And we said, "What's that?" He said, "You've got to put this sticker."
The Kung Fu sticker.
Yeah, the decal on the top of the guitar, because Elvis was big into karate. And he was subsidizing one of the big karate guys in town. It was the Kang Ree. And we said, "Oh man, for real? This is a really pretty guitar, sir. Put that sticker on there, He said, "You either put that sticker on there, or I'm not buying it." So obviously, we put the sticker on there.
And didn't Elvis call up Mike Ladd to? I think you told me to make sure you guys did put the sticker on. Didn't he say, "Put the sticker on"?
It was a long time ago.
Okay.
My memory isn't that great, to say the least.
But either way, the sticker
the sticker was on the guitar.
And that guitar is that iconic black Gibson Dove with the Kung Fu sticker below the bridge, I believe.
Right on the main body.
There you go, on the main body. And that's the one in 1973, Aloha from Hawaii. You see that. And really, for the rest of Elvis's career, in concert, he would play that black Gibson Dove.
Yes.
And that was the one that you guys did. And that's some pretty amazing history.
Well, it's a beautiful guitar. I mean, it was. I hated putting that sticker on there, but it was still pretty.
Did you have to put a special inlay in the fret?
We had that done by a gentleman. I wish I could remember his name now. He used to work for George Gruen in Nashville.
Okay.
And so he was an inlay expert.
Gotcha.
And so we had him do that for us.
Well, I'm going to get something else. Stay there to show our audience. TK was also in a motorcycle club with Elvis. So it was basically yourself, Mike Ladd, and you said
Jerry
Phillips, Sam Phillips' son, one of the sons.
Sam Phillips' younger son.
And so you guys all were into Harleys and riding motorcycles.
Oh gosh! Yeah.
And then you actually rode bikes
Mike came up with the design.
And what was it? The Possum Brothers?
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing.
And then you had the people in Oakland, California that did Hell's Angels do the actual patchwork.
Yeah, that really looks of its time. That definitely's got the Hell's Angel look there, isn't it?
It ought to, because it is old.
Wow.
But yeah, the Hell's Angel came from the same place.
That's crazy.
So we came up with this little club, and it looked good, and we used it as much as we could.
So you guys went riding a few times, I guess, before Elvis went to Las Vegas to do the international.
Jerry Phillips and Mike
Ladd.
Yeah, I wasn't in on that ride.
Okay.
But of course, Mike and Elvis were into the big what they call full dress
Harley
Davidsons. And Jerry Phillips and I were into the choppers.
Easy Rider. You're the more like the raked front forks, Easy Rider kind of vibe.
That's right. And I'm sure Elvis didn't agree with that, but
What an amazing history, and that's just like a couple of episodes. So all of this was happening around like 1969, I think that's when Elvis,
70, maybe
70.
So because Mike closed his store in 71.
Okay. So that's great. So what we're going to do, we're going to pick it up next time, and we're into the 70s now. And we're going to talk more about Strings and Things Charlie Loring and Chris Lovell.
So important they did a really good job of promoting guitars and what have you. They had a very, very good store, and they were smart people. Yeah.
Well, let's talk about that next time, because we've got lots of great guitar history associated with that for next episode. But once again, thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you, TK, for your amazing story here. We're going to keep this train rolling here. So remember to subscribe to the channel, like the video, tell your friends, share it out. And until next time, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.